Hey guys, it's Sarissa with Immerse Photography, and today we're going to talk about white balance and how it affects your photos. One of the biggest things that I teach in my beginning photography courses and even in my mentoring class is that you really need to take ownership of your camera. A lot of times your cameras are actually all the time, your cameras are set to automatic on most of their settings. You have to tell your camera that you are in control and you want to make the decisions. And one of the best ways to impact the quality and the color of your photos is to turn your white balance off of automatic and set it manually. Now, you can do this on a DSLR, and that's one of these big fancy pants cameras that has an interchangeable lens. You can also do it on a point and shoot camera. It's going to be a little bit different for how you do it with a point and shoot, but it is still entirely possible. Let me explain what white balance is. White balance has nothing to do with the brightness or the darkness of your photo. That's what a lot of people think. They hear the word white balance and they think, oh, how much white is in the photo. And that's not what it's talking about. What white balance actually controls is the Kelvin temperature of your photo. When you look at a photo, sometimes you can look at something and it looks really, really cool, meaning there's a lot of blues and a lot of greens. That's part of white balance. Or if you look at a photo, maybe something from sunset and it's really orange and yellow and blush colors, that would be a really warm photo. And again, that's controlled by white balance. So what I would love for you guys to do is to take your camera and just explore. When I learned how to control my white balance and how to change it, I literally just took my kids in the backyard and I said, okay, go ahead and play in the leaves. And I just played with my settings, because by staying in the same place, and I'm going to show you this in a couple photos here in a minute, by staying in the same place and shooting the same thing over and over and over, but with different white balances, I was really able to see the difference between the couple colors that I had on my camera. So if you've got a point and shoot, you probably have something on the back. If you hit your menu, or maybe you have a scene button on the back. If you hit one of those, you're going to see a lot of different options come up on the back. You might see something that says like ocean. And what I found with the ocean one is it really makes the blues vibrant and makes the whole photo a little bit cooler. I've also found there's a food setting on there. It's a fork and a knife, and that one is really lovely for some of the warmer colors and to make colors pop and be a little bit more vibrant. Now, that does hover on the edge of editing color saturation rather than just white balance, but it is one way to change it. Some of the more advanced point and shoot cameras will have a way for you to actually go in and change your white balance, and you can tell it it's sunset, it's dusk, it's a bright day, it's a cloudy day. So grab your camera, grab your manual. If you don't know where it is, get on Google and type in your camera. You can look it up that way, and just see what kind of white balance controls do you have on your point and shoot. Now, if you have a DSLR, you most likely have a lot more options. On the Nikons, there's a button, it's just labeled with a simple WB, that stands for white balance. If you have more of an entry-level camera, you're gonna have to press your menu and then find it that way, but it's still there. So you're gonna look for your white balance. And when you get into the white balance, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn mine on now. If I go into white balance, I have automatic. I have fluorescent lighting, incandescent lighting, full sun, flash, shade, cloudy day, and then I can actually set the exact degree of my temperature. So if you look at your DSLR, you're gonna see that you have a lot of presets. So again, take your kids outside, pick a vase of flowers, and just experiment. Set your camera settings to what you want them to be, and then play with your white balance. Try taking one of each of those. So when I was learning, what I would do is I would take a photo and then I would look at it and I would compare what I was seeing here to what I was seeing in front of me. If this looked very similar to what I was seeing, that would tell me that I was probably getting a very accurate white balance reading. If what I was seeing here was very, very blue and this was very, very warm, that would tell me that my settings were incorrect. Now, you do have to remember that this little LCD screen on the back here, we kind of joke that this is our pretty little liar because the photos don't always end up looking, once you get them on your computer, they don't always look exactly how you're seeing them on the back of your camera. So just remember, there is going to be a little bit of a variance between what you see here and what you get on your camera. So that is a whole lot of information, but that's basically what white balance is. It controls the temperature and the overall hue or color of your photo. So if you've got questions, and I probably bet you do, no problem. Leave a comment in the section below and I'd be happy to answer them for you. If you found this video to be helpful, be sure to give me a thumbs up right down here, and be sure to subscribe to my Immerse Photography Workshop video channel. I would love to help you learn how to master your big girl camera. That's it for today. I hope you have a great one. We'll see you later.